My name is Chris Clark. I'm the Senior Graphic Designer for Fusebox Design, a new media design company based in Newcastle upon Tyne. Fusebox is part of the Redbox Design Group, which is a very large architecture company which comprises Redbox Architecture, Redbox Interiors and Redbox Gallery. We all share the same offices up in Newcastle. Redbox also has offices in Morton Farms, just down the road. One of ourselves, Fusebox, and we've also got an office over in Singapore, which one of our directors has recently gone over to create. Haven't got an invite yet, and we're still waiting. Services that we do, website engineering, database design and development, and content management systems which go along with that. What that actually means is our clients can update the websites themselves for things like news and content information, so they don't have to come back to us every single time to do something. To back that up, we also do e-marketing systems, like e-newsletters and e-invite systems, to help obviously the clients advertise those websites and also manage events and everything online rather than doing it in usual paper-based medium. Graphic design and branding sort of encompasses all of that, so everything we do is design-driven, has to be to a high standard, has to be intuitive to use, also has to look good and follow suit with the company's corporate guidelines and branding. We also do animation and interactive design. I've got some examples that I can show you later on. Lately we've started doing some products based in Flash, some interactive things for Dome Constabulary and also a student safety system which is quite fun and interesting, so I'll show that later on. And also search engine optimization, obviously helping websites and clients get traffic and get people towards their online stuff. We also do Fusebox hosting, which just means we can keep an eye on everything that we do, not to give off to third-party companies. Basic project methodology that we go through. We start off with a brief, which is a very key thing. I mean, this applies to even if you're doing freelance work, which I do myself as well. Make sure you understand exactly what the client is, what they're after, and make sure you documentate that. If you turn around and say it'll take you 3 days to do this job, you go away and do 3 days and then come back and they actually want something different, or wasn't what they actually said in the first place, you're going to have to work on that extra. That's money and time that you're going to waste. So make sure you know exactly what you're going to do for the client. Make sure they get what they want and make sure you do the right job for them and you're not wasting your time. From there we go into design and development. Obviously that's where myself or my designer will start putting together conceptual ideas, put them back to the client and get the sign off from that. Again, that's in the stage that we tend to do sign off, so the client will actually say, yes, that's exactly what I want, they'll sign it off, so they don't turn around in 3 weeks or whatever and say, well actually I want it blue when it's green. Again, it just causes more headaches. And then we take that into the development stage. That's more obviously less print design based stuff and more online sort of new media stuff. So get that with the developers, they will actually start then creating the website or whatever it is and put it together. And then from there, if it is an online based thing, we give it over to the clients for testing. They can go through all that and obviously come back with feedback and think, oh, there might be something wrong with it, there might be something we want to change with it. Again, we can come back, change those, then go to sign off, and then hopefully go to launch, or if it's a print based job, send that to print. So that's kind of a look at it in a very basic sort of basic process. Design approach, this is more geared towards web and online stuff. Accessibility and usability is a very sort of big thing at the moment. We strive to make all our sort of websites AAA compliant. That comes down to things like it needs to have different versions of language, the text size, if they can change that. It's more of a sort of a developer back-end thing to more of the design side of it, but it's all things that have to be looked into. Things like having a text version of a website, so people using screen readers who have their poor eyesight can go on there, they can click on that and it'll actually just give them a text-only version so that the screen reader can go through that and actually talk to them about it. Little things like that make sure that a site's usable. Not so much a big thing if it's for a small personal creative portfolio, but it's obviously a very important thing if you're doing something like Agents World website that we do, which is like £8,000 website, thousands of users like every month, so it has to be able to work from across every different aspect, has to be able to work across all the different browsers, different Macs, PCs. There's quite a lot of things to check out on there. Any design that we do, we make sure we contain the core brand values. Every sort of other month I'll get a new client that will come in who might even have a nice big fat corporate, this is how my brand's got to look, designed back in 1984, and not anywhere in there does it say website, does it say online. Obviously more and more nowadays sort of new brands and new sort of corporate identities are being made to take sort of online stuff into account, but a lot of the time they've got a logo and it's supplied in CMYK and there's this over here and that over there, and none of it's actually geared towards going online. So you've got to make sure that stuff will work online, make sure it'll transfer across, and retain those sort of core brand values and all the sort of stuff they're trying to say. Design for target markets, obviously sort of, I mean, style-wise, for example, we try not to do anything that's too sort of trend at this moment. There's obviously a lot of design styles and trends that come through all the time, but we don't do sort of jump on any sort of bandwagons, as it were, in the sense that 2 months down the line it's going to be very overdone or overused. And maximise attraction and retention of users. That's things like, that's kind of more like information architecture for online-based stuff. Things like on the content page and home page, you might have content coming through from different pages, like the news page. You might have a imagery that's cyclable from a library, so you might have an image library, say 20 images, that then pulls them through randomly, so every time a user comes back to that website, they get something different, they get something fresh and updated content, so people don't get bored. There's a very small sort of time frame you have with the user online when they'll get to a website and they'll get, oh, well, I've kind of seen this already, and they'll go somewhere else, or they can't find what they're after. So keeping it updated, keeping it refreshed, keeping it interesting. Kind of these ones are functionality, maximum speed, maximum ease, things like navigation. Don't have your navigation sort of flying all over the page. Keep it very intuitive and keep it in a constant one place where it's going to be. And things like optimizing imagery and sort of graphics and stuff like that. Don't optimize it too much that it looks absolutely ghetto, but keep it looking quite nice at the same time, and making it nice and quick so that it downloads fast. Circular, yeah, we do circular websites. I didn't put that in. No, that's more things like people using the website. They go through to a website page, making sure they've got plenty of links and reciprocal areas that they'll come back around to other pages. So you're kind of driving them through the website, but not just kind of getting to one page, find what they want and leaving. There's other things they can check out. There's always somewhere else for them to go, sort of move them around. And designing for the future, making it all nice and spanky.